My name is Chris Wayne. I am from Mastermind Production. It's a musical. It's a music label in Namibia.
Hey, it's Kellen, and today on Diversified Game, you guys, I'm going all the way back to Africa. It's all about investing in Africa and putting some names and faces together so we all know each other, building that bridge. Today's guest is Chris Wayne, right out of Namibia. Yes,
Right.
Namibia again, you
Hey, what?
guys. I gotta shine some light on this country because the American audience, due to Trump, had got the pronunciation even wrong. So we got to put some respect on the
Oh,
name. Chris Wayne, how you doing today,
snap!
brother?
I'm amazing, man. Can't complain. How are you doing? How are you doing, bro?
Man, all is blessed by the best over here, and I'm,
Yeah.
I'm happy to have you on because around the
Thank you.
world, people are hearing, oh, Afro beats, like African music just started. And, you've
Yeah.
been on the hustle and on the grind. So I want you to, tell people, how long have you been doing music? And, what do you consider your style of music to be?
To start it off with, I love music ever since I was young. My dad used to. He was a mechanic. He was not a musician at all. I don't even know. Like, my story is so weird. He was a mechanic, and he used to come home drunk at night, right? And then he would wake me up, and he would be like, "Yo, Chris, can you play the drums for me?" And he had this toolbox thing. I used to play with the spanners and stuff. So I didn't really understand. Like, I felt like that's where my journey as a producer started. And he the melodies he sang, and my brother gave me this cassette of Tupac and Eminem, where they used to, back in the day, when I was like 1994, 95, when Tupac was doing his thing. I just fell in love with music. I just fell in love with music then. First, you know it was so crazy. Like, I could not explain it, because when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, my brother came and installed a program called Fruity Loops. That was like a demo version. So I just messed around with it, and here I am today making music.
Well, like I had told you off air, no matter, your father being a mechanic, he could have been a music exec. It does not guarantee you that you are going to be able to do this professionally,
Exactly.
because this is all that you do. And so how do you go from then monetizing it and doing it professionally, where you can say, wait, I can pay the bills, I can, get the car, I can put petrol in the car? Because a lot of folks
Mm.
right now are listening and say, I've had Fruity Loops for 10, 15 years. I haven't been able to like make money off of this. So did you have like a big break, or was it, did you find a system to be like, this works for me? And if so, please share some of those details.
Basically, what worked for me, it was basically just my work. Your work. Unfortunately, your work has to be good. You really have to sit down, study your compressor, study your EQ. Study your the industry, because without planning, sitting, you can't just produce music the whole day and you don't even know what you're doing. Yes, you'll be good, but then if you don't understand your market, if you don't understand what the people want, then unfortunately, then you're not doing anything right now. So I just had to up my game. I did a lot of time in studio. um I skipped a lot of partying nights. I didn't even go to clubs and stuff. Back in the day when I started off as a producer, I had to get it right, because um, I had to make a living off it. So I just had to
Definitely.
get it right. My quality, just your music, your production quality should stand out, and it should be unique.
Now, how do you decide, you know, especially as a producer, I have a new idea, a new concept. This is what I'm going to give the people. and they just got to
Right.
take it or leave it. Like, because the people are always begging for something new, but sometimes you'll produce something new and they'll be like,
Right.
nah, either they'll love it or they'll hate it. There's no in between.
Not
So,
really. Yeah.
so mentally, how do you decide, like, okay, I'm going to try something new? And, you're almost, sometimes you're betting your reputation on it to say, hey, you guys wanted something fresh. This is it. Like, you have to have great self-confidence. Tell me, or is it like, hey, Kellen, I'm just, it's the God in me. Like, I'm trying to get the game on how how you pursue something new.
um, I've, I'm a very weird dude. I don't, not a lot of people understand how I produce music, where I get my ideas from. But when I produce a record, I don't go in the studio and like, oh, they're not gonna like this kick. They're not gonna like this melody. They're not gonna like this snare. You know, I'm I'm so confident in my work that I believe when I drop this, it's gonna be undeniable. You know, you have to sit down and listen to this. You know, I don't know if it's me being a bit cocky, but it's okay. You know, it's the kind of producer I am. That's why I keep on creating all these records that I'm producing. It should come with confidence. You cannot be a producer and you're doubting yourself. I believe in my work. Very, very important. And just stick to your sound. There's a certain sound that's in your head. Listen to that inner voice. I don't know if if it's something that your imaginary friend. Listen to that tiny, tiny voice. Then you're good to go.
And what would you consider, your big break? You've done, great press inside the country.
Right.
When did you find out, and how many years did it take you to say, you know what, I can do this professionally?
3 years back from now, man. How crazy is that?
And was it an opportunity, or was it the size of the check to say, I can, repeat this over and over and over?
Dude, I don't even think it was the opportunity way back then. I think it was the passion that drove me, and I think it was the inspiration, the fact that I wanted to be here in this industry and to inspire, motivate the people that they're also struggling. Like they used to struggle like me back in the day when you had no gear, no connections, nobody to to help you with your music, push your music. I wanted to help my brothers and sisters in the industry as well. I wanted to be at that same position that that the big guys are right now, just to help my peers, and push this thing forward.
And with that push, let us know
Yeah.
the collaborations. In Africa, you might listen to a song and you hear 4 different languages, 5 different dialects in the first minute and a half. Who are you collaborating with outside of the country? And if you have any goals of saying, like, I want to do like a whole Africa collage of music, let it be known. But like, who are the main countries that are connecting with your country?
Personally, in my country, it's definitely South Africa. We're having a few projects that are coming up with a lot of big guys there. We have Nigeria, most definitely, Tanzania, Kenya. Whoa, the list goes on, but it's not really. It's ongoing projects that still has to be released. But the people that approached me and came to me and said, "Yo, Chris, we love your work. We'd love to work with you." It was Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania. So there's still a lot more to come because we as Africans, I think we have one sound that we connect to. It's not like, even if it's a different dialect, if it's a different language or whatsoever, we understand, because for me, music does not really have to be a language. It's basically a feeling when it comes to, especially African music. It's a feeling. There's just a feeling that you get when you listen to African music. It's like you belong somewhere. I don't know if it makes sense, but you know.
No, it makes sense, and I hope with that collaborations with the different countries, especially when we talk about like Nigeria, let Chris Wayne be the glue that puts P Square back together, so
Yeah,
the brothers can get
obviously.
back together.
Most definitely, they're missed, man. They are really really missed in the industry right now. Um, they
Yeah.
were the biggest, and they still are the biggest, big legends. We've learned from them. We've studied their sound. It's because of them. They paved the way for us as producers and as artists, to create the music that we're creating today.
Now, how is the scene locally, especially with the whole COVID? I know Africa was not hit like the States. So you guys are in paradise and our folks don't listen. But how was it being an artist and, having to adapt to, lockdown and, folks kind of running out of their mind? Were the streams up, but the shows were down, or how was it?
It was really bad, and it is still bad because a lot of producers and artists don't really have, especially when it comes to my country, they don't really they a lot of them live off the music. So if COVID, basically just woke us up at the same time and showed us like, okay, listen, you guys love doing this the easy way. How about you think a bit, right? How about you think out of the box a bit? How about you do online streams? How about you do online, online music festivals? How about, you stop being lazy and sell tickets online, you know? I think it's more a thing of, um there's a different strategy and there's a different way we do things now, especially when it comes to the music, because it's not we can't have concerts here, we can't have shows here because of this COVID thing. Um, I'm a I've there's just a certain, um there's a certain strategy you need to use to make it, because a lot of people are dying out now. It's like a lot of artists are moving away from the music because there's nothing going on, literally. But we have been hit the same way, not necessarily the same, not necessarily the same way, but we've been hit, almost the same, and we all feel the pain, and we are all going through this whole thing.
You being a music producer, there's always going to be money for you, because you could even produce, soundtracks, TV. For all I know, you have a movie that you say, you know what, I want to put something together and deal with the music, like outside of just the making music and producing what people know you for. Or what
Mm.
other interests do you have in entertainment or outside of entertainment?
I'm a businessman, first of all. I have a car rental business that I'm doing. Apart from that, because I know that you can't rely on one source of income, especially when it comes to our country. You need to be diverse. You need to prepare yourself. You need to have a backing system just in case COVID hits. Like you get what I'm saying. So you just need to be prepared. But yeah, but I love. Other than that, I love cars. Cars is my number one. Um, I just love cars, man. I don't know why, but I love cars.
Okay, so when we visit the country, all you already know, you don't just go play the music. You can go to the car rental business. Please talk about that, because even here in the states, you see artists, they go do love and hip hop and they do TV shows because they say the music money's just not enough sometimes. So that you are, a businessman and being a car person, man, I almost want you to step out and say, "Where's the fleet?" and show us, just to inspire somebody. Because it's, you take your music money and you're doing other stuff. Like, do you have a focus? Like, is it a certain type of cars that you rent out? Sports cars, high end, chauffeur? Give us the game.
It's basically just chauffeur cars for now, because I just started off, and it's quite small. It's not really a big business. I'm not really, because I'm literally so young and I'm just getting started right now. So when I say I'm only getting started right now, is there's no, for me, it's more like my parents never left money for me in terms of, okay, this is, you should, live off this. I had to hustle on my own, and it was really a struggle. So I'm just getting started right now. Probably in the next 2 years, I'll probably be a millionaire. Never know.
Man, in Jesus Christ's name, you shall, man. You put that work in, brother, and it will happen with all the success. And when you do get to that, million, and I'm gonna say multi-millions, and we're talking US dollars, folks. Yeah, we're talking US dollars. What is a community give back that you are doing now or that you want to do in the future?
I want to invest in a music school, teach the younger generation uh, about the music. Um, I just want to open up what you call this thing, music school, first of all, a training facility where you train the most vulnerable people with disabilities, how to play the instruments, even though, because there's no limitation at all. Nobody needs to feel left out or anything. That's my biggest dream. If I have to become a millionaire next year, um, that's the first thing I'll do. I'll give back in terms of, just appreciating the people and appreciating the culture, appreciating where I come from, appreciating my country.
Man, that's a blessing. You guys have been blessed by the game. Chris Wayne's links will be in the description box, whether you are listening or watching. You can share this game and get it, brother. I thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I hope it's not the first time. I hope you call me back again.